if you have one cheat meal or one drink or you skip one gym session, you're going to lose all your gains. Is what I'd say if I was a fucking idiot. Everyone knows that's not how it works. If you have like one big binge or one day where you've skipped it or one day where you just drink loads of alcohol, that's not going to do anything. Everyone knows that shit. It's as simple as that. But it's not about that. It's not about the fact that one skip session or one day off is going to kill your gains. It's the fact that you've broken a habit. But you need to set the habits, because think about it. You can set your own habits, and you can set anything. You can say, my habit is I'm going to fucking have a beer every single day. But if you have a beer every single day and you train and you hit your protein, that's fine, because you're still sticking to your habits. The most important fact in everything is you're progressing your lifts and you're hitting your protein. And what you add to that depends on a whole big spectrum of how serious you are. If you're the guy who's saying, okay, I know I'm going to be going out twice per week, cool. Outside of that, how is my training going to look? I'm going to train, I'm going to hit my protein every single day, and then you go out twice per week. You haven't broken anything. So it's like, oh yeah, just one beer won't hurt. Yeah, the one beer won't hurt, because you've already set your standards. But maybe if you're super duper serious and you're like, fuck this shit, I'm not even drinking. Your habits and your standards are not drinking. You don't need to know exactly what your plan is, right? Like, for example, I made gains when I was drinking 5 days a week. I made more gains when I wasn't drinking, but you can still make progress on both. You need to decide what you want to do and stick to it. Don't be the idiot who goes, I'm going to train 6 days per week, quit alcohol, and hit sauna for an hour after my session and spend 4 hours at the gym. Because you've like, you have like an emotional decision. Nobody knows you're going to stick, nobody believes you're going to stick to that shit for more than 2 weeks. Let's be honest. So choose something you can stick to consistently and for life. And then once you choose that, you obviously need to become the best at the fucking shit you do. Hit your protein through good foods, progress all your lifts, get stronger and keep going. And then eventually you might think, oh, I'm going out twice. This shit's kind of long. I'm gonna only drink once per week, you know? Or maybe you're working long hours and you're like, actually, you know, drinking alcohol's not worth it. It depends on your situation. It all depends. And this light is like the best light ever for turning off mid-video. But like, the moral of the story of this whole video is you need to have your standards and your habits set in place. And you need to decide what's realistic for you. But it's not about you not hitting your protein one day and all your gains are over. It's about you're breaking that deal you made on yourself, and you're cheating on yourself. And you're reinforcing your body that that's fine. Because realistically, back in the day, if you were at like school and you did something naughty, and then the teacher didn't tell you off, that reinforces you that that's a good thing to do. Which like, in hindsight, it isn't most of the time, right? But that habit's reinforced. So when you skip on your protein and you tell yourself it's only one day, you're reinforcing yourself that it's fine and it's a good thing. When it isn't, it's not a good thing. Someone has to tell you. This is only if you're serious about putting on muscle and getting in shape. Then no, it's not a good thing that you've skipped your protein. And you should be ashamed of yourself. Like, I remember there was one day when I was like, you know what? I remember there was one day when I was drinking alcohol. I was like, shit, I haven't hit my protein. I was like, fuck. And the thing is, with me, like, I've been training for 8 years and I've always hit my protein the past 4 years. So I was like, I'm going to hit it every single day. And then I was out and I got back from the club and I was like, fuck, I haven't hit my protein. And I didn't do anything about it. I didn't do anything. I still remember that. The next morning I was like, I am never doing that again. Obviously that was like the hangover as well, but I was like, that is not who I am. Like, doing those actions will make me lose all my fucking muscle. So I was like, fuck this crap. I am always taking my protein forever. That's not going to be who I am. So that was a good reaction. But if your reaction was, bro, it's one day. Like, I knew it was one day, obviously, but like, I felt so ashamed of myself. Like, I thought, you know, when you lose your phone and you have that, you're like, oh shit, where the fuck's my phone? Where the fuck's my phone? I was like, I had that feeling, but for like not doing about like a negative. I'm not saying you need to be that extreme, but what I am saying is that this protein shit is something you can't quit on, because you keep reinforcing that bollocks. Same with training. You can't skip your session. If you have a valid reason, being ill is not a valid reason. If you are genuinely ill in the hospital, then fair enough. And the thing is, you can think I'm extreme, but that's how I've got the results I wanted. That's exactly how I got them. I didn't get the results I wanted from not being extreme. Like, it's that simple.